Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalamu Rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Question comes from a sister. My husband approaches me for intimacy, but I don't feel it. I'm not emotionally ready, connected. He becomes rough. He wants his right. What should I do? I know Islamically I'm not supposed to refuse him. This is the theory. And again, I want to make the distinction. In Islam, there's things that you should do, and then there's things that people do. Look at the world. Look around you. Most people don't do what they should do. I understand that if I refuse my husband, the angels curse me till the morning. How do we understand? A lot of sisters don't like this hadith. Brothers love to use this hadith against the women. The first question has to be asked, why does a woman not feel connected? Number two, why does a woman reject sometimes intimacy? Does she reject it just because she doesn't feel connected? Or does she use that as a bargaining chip in her relationship, something that she can control her husband with? Right? Not everything is just black or white. You need to look at all the details, because some women might have no issues with connection, but they use it as a bargaining chip. Some women will feel no connection to their husbands because of the way the husband behaves. Now, the closest hadith that I can think about that could relate to this is when the Prophet ﷺ was advising some people about the way they're behaving with their wives. Basically, he would say, you do this in the day and then you try to sleep with them at night. So let me teach you something about the difference between men and women, especially for men here. Guys, most women, not all women, but most women cannot be intimate with a man unless they are connected emotionally, unless you use the right words, unless they feel somehow some emotional connection to you. Do you understand? Some kind of higher connection, spiritual connection. They feel that you care about them. Not just that, but they feel good about themselves. A lot of women cannot be intimate. They're not in the zone. They can't get in the mood. They're not like men. One of my sheikhs said, men are like microwaves. It's not that hard to turn us on. And then he said, women are like ovens. You got to get the right temperature in. You make sure for you to bake or cook that you reach the right temperature. If not, it's not working. Bad women, maybe, they can sleep with any man. They can give intimacy to any man. But in general, good women, they cannot do that. Men, okay, in general, men are more towards aesthetics, not necessarily, it's not that there's no connection or the connection should have been there, but they're more towards aesthetics. Men can sleep with women, even if there's no emotional connection. Not all men though, and not in every case. It depends. But in general. Now some men, let's say there's a man, he really wants his wife to be intimate, but he's been very angry the whole day, and he's been very rude. You know, he's not nice. He didn't warm her in, as the Prophet ﷺ said, messengers, kisses and words. And the woman now doesn't feel it. Now what's going to happen is the woman is going to have to give in because he's requesting his right. See, it becomes now an issue of nikah, not as love and compassion. وَجَعَلْنَا بَيْنَكُمْ مَوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً. We made it between you as mawaddah, love and mercy, but now it becomes an issue of aqd, contract, my rights, his rights. And you look at Islam, Islam deals with both things. Why? Because sometimes these emotions will fail. Yet still there has to be rights and regulations so that the marriage can move on. Things do not get solved. And the solution is to understand each situation. If we can live with mercy, passion, love, perfect. And that's how it should be by default. But if something happens and there's an argument, there's a fight, and the woman doesn't react, the man wants it because he's got heat on. This is where education comes in. The woman, if she's smart and starts controlling her emotions, which is not so easy, she will give in, even if it's not that nice or that doesn't feel that good. Why? Because that's not the default. She will, inshallah, they will make up, they should talk, they should communicate, they should solve the problems, isn't it? Right? They should. So the default is not going to be always like that. It's an exception, inshallah. That she should just, okay, let me just give him his right. Because I don't want him to be upset and come back and get angry, and I'm going to get angry, we're going to get, and we're never going to solve this problem. The man also has to understand, also has to learn from these videos. Wait a second, bro. I shouldn't just force myself onto my woman and just start biting her and hurting her and this and that because I'm like turned on right now. And disregard whatever happened that I was mean to her or swore at her. I don't know what I done. Purpose here is not to be intimate and force on each other because it's my right. But the purpose is to learn and to understand each other and to be able to solve the problem. وَصُلْحُ خَيْرٌ. So many hadith, so many examples of the life of the Prophet ﷺ, so many things we have to consider before a ruling is given or someone just claims their right or their emotions or whatever and says, no, I'm right, no, I'm right, no, I'm right, no, I'm right. But again, there are certain set rights and rules and regulations. Why? So that no one makes dhulm on anyone. But the ideal case situation is love, mercy, passion, connection, and so on. Those things don't always happen depending on circumstances. Does that mean that we just stop and give up on life and that's it? The woman just goes and says, no, I'm never going to sleep with you. Some women do that. But that's not how it should be. Okay, that is not how it should be. This can help couples understand each other better and have a comprehensive understanding of the Sunnah, of the Quran, not just, okay, I choose what's good for me only, and then I build my argument based on that. No, that's not how it works. Barakallahu feekum. If you've reached so far, make sure you check out the descriptions and link. Support the DAWA, invest in the DAWA. Check out my new book, Journal of a New Muslim. And if you want to book a counseling session with any of our counselors, our team, check out the link again. Help you to get over depression, anxiety, and many other things. So you just need to talk to someone about whatever. We have Shariah Counseling. We have Ruqya, many things. Alhamdulillah, barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.